And welcome back to Grandia with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So today we are going to actually explore the ghost ship and some weird goings on here inside the supposed ghost ship, including some actual ghosts. Yes, despite say it. Fina saying there weren't any ghosts, there definitely are. Fina herself, interestingly enough, comes to our first spell here, Burn, which is a ranged spell which only works very well on these ghosts, actually. And I do want to spend a bit of time actually leveling up her spells, because that's what you can do in Grandia. You can actually level up spells. I'll go over how we can get you spells a bit later, because we do not yet have that mechanic in-game. We will do once we reach New Palm, however. So, that being said, yeah. The main problem with the ghost ship dungeon is the fact that you can easily get ambushed by these guys because of how the dungeon is set up, basically. And, indeed, you can easily get assaulted by these ghosts as well, which isn't great. What else can I say? Not much, really. They're not the only enemies of the Ghostoid, so no, there are far more other enemies in this dungeon as well. But yeah, I am not a big fan of the Ghost Ship dungeon, just for how it's set up. The music, however, probably one of my favourites. As I say, I'll give it to composer Noriyuki Iwadare. He did a really good job on the soundtrack, including this dungeon, where we actually get a very nice symphonic piece, which pretty much sums up the whole ship. And yeah, the full piece, believe it or not, incorporates all of the things, all of the different parts of the ship, unlike with Hearing the Thing, which only plays rather muted, well, not muted, but certainly quieter track, shall we say, because if you have not listened to the Grandia soundtrack, the music may well sound as if these tunes are separate when they're not, as I say. Anyway, before we go on, we actually get a few of these sea jellies, which I do find annoying. The most annoying thing about these guys is that they can actually paralyze you, seriously, using their shock move, as I say. So being sea creatures, apparently they're weak to fire, which is very strange, because you do the electricity, and lightning is the sort of thing you'll use more on that later. So for now, I'm just going to focus on attacking these guys before they shock the living crap out of me. You can also use their fins to attack you, which is not great at all, seriously. I mean, the amount of times Sue's been KO'd by these guys is insane. Absolutely insane. So, that being said, let's go over this way and try to avoid a ghost story. Not very easy, I know, but can be done. But never mind. I might as well use up my supply of herbs, because I will be getting some more. In fact, I will get much better healing items than these herbs anyway, so they only heal about 15 HP anyway, so they become obsolete. That's a load of meat, and apparently it is time for...
Look out, Justin!
Well, it's a trap! Yep, it is most indeed a trap. As Admiral Akbar would say. Well, I don't know, I think Monkey D. Luffy would eat that meat as well. So that being said, let's go down here and get some more money. And what else lies in this room, which, amusingly enough, features the ship control itself. So I dare say this is actually a ghost ship. Seriously. Into the ghost ship hold, then. There are actually 3 doors we can go into here with, each going down their own different pathway. A couple of them, like this one, just leads to a dead end though, so that's not great. So let's go up this way, where we triggered that trap, and go through this way, and indeed go... okay, the thing's really confusing, yes, seriously. There's a rope there, but I don't know if I want to use it yet. No, I don't. I definitely don't. Because I can grab it, which you can. Okay, good. We'll land on top of this box and then make our way over to this netting, and we can get over to the other side that way. In this room, we will see another new enemy. It wasn't those ghost toys, by the way. No. Also, another item, a wind charm, which I don't think will be of any use to us in this dungeon. I believe that might be another resurrect potion, but let's see. Oh, and before I go on, the ammonites. These guys are quite defensive. Yes, seriously. The fire spells will work very well, which is why we still have the burn spell with Fina here. I do love her saying, "Oh, flame burn them." Seriously. No, she doesn't always say it. Especially not in the Switch version, even though the voice acting is the same as the PS1 version. In both cases, and Saturn version if you're counting the Japanese version. Yeah. That being said, let's go on. And indeed get that item over there, because I want to see if it's a resurrect put. No, wound salve, which heals about 30 HP. I did kind of go over it in the Lake Mines, but it does bear repeating here because the next boss can be very tough. Yes, seriously. I know it's not a ghost, so Fina might well have been right here. But never mind, let's go over here. I don't think that door will open. That thing just leads us back to the other room, so I don't really want to go back that way. If I do not, go straight up to the the mid deck, sorry. There is a sea jelly bouncing about here, so yay. Right, so be careful. Why am I zooming in? Yes, you can zoom in this game. That was also the case in the PS1 version. And then walk slowly, which you can do here. In fact, it's probably a good idea. There's another treasure chest up there, and whatnot. You hold the B button, but I'm not sure. Seriously, but never mind. Carry on. And around here is another healing item. I'm guessing this is a resurrect potion, but I don't know. Basically. Let's see. Oh, another wound salve. And what's inside the treasure chest then? We can freely run here at least. I might just walk anyway. Pirate hat, so if Justin ever quits being a sailor or an adventurer, you'd always be like his mum, Lily the Skull. Seriously. But never mind that, let's go up here and past these why am I going backwards? Oh yeah, because I'm an idiot, that's why. And I should have realised with that thing there, so go back up, thank you. And then make your way up to the ghost ship hall, which is near the top deck of the ship. We get a sword here, an admiral sword, which I will gladly equip on just in here. Probably a bit stronger than the thing. A couple more ghosties here. I'll leave these in because there isn't much room for maneuver here anyway, so why not? Again, there are many different types of spells. In fact, there's 4 of them. There are many different types of spells in game. Although at the moment we only get ranged spells, which honestly are good enough for this dungeon, to be honest, at least for the regular enemies. Perhaps also for the upcoming boss, but we'll get to that. Anyway, how magic works in this game, you can level it up and you get experience for each time you use it, which can make it quite OP for some characters. Certainly for Fina, who I'm going to overload with magic here, seriously. So, indeed, let's end that, and you can see a save point there. I am going to get there. Finally, I do get a resurrect potion, and then I'll just go back round, I guess. Although we can easily get I don't know, more ammonites in the corner, and yeah, probably a good idea that I recovered there. You can actually easily do some level grinding on this level if you're not up to fighting the next boss, but I think I'll be okay. Although having said that, Sue does
Thank you,
kind of lag in the HP department, but whatever. Let's get rid of these guys. And then we can go through here and indeed save the game. But not before I beat down a bunch of snails, sea snails, or something like that, I don't know. Right, anyway, is there anything over there? Or some money, but not much else. Well, anyway, I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye!